Hi guys, I'm Joe the Multi-Boxer, and I'm going to walk you through EverQuest 2 for ISBoxer. First, let's start out in the Interspace menu and make sure we have the EverQuest 2 game here. If you don't, then you can use Add Game to put it there. Now, under the Wizards menu, select Quick Setup Wizard. Which game would you like to set up? We're going to tell it EverQuest 2. And on the next page, this is where we pick what characters are going to be on our team. If your characters are not listed, you can fill in these boxes manually. And under Game and Game Profile, you probably want to select No Patch Streaming if you've got it. That'll go ahead and skip the EverQuest patcher. So, add the team and the order that you're going to play them, basically. This one's my party leader, and I'm going to invite in this order once I get in the game. Okay. And then on the next page, you pick a name for your team, something that identifies this team, easy for you to recognize. And then the next page, you pick your window layout. There's lots of different options you can choose from. I'm going to use this one for that video. And here we've got CPU strategy options, and you can change this after you use the wizard. You can change it in the CPU strategy wizard. So just pick something that you think is going to be good now, and if you need to change it later because you're getting bad performance or something's not as you expected, you can use the CPU strategy wizard to adjust your FPS frame rate or the way your CPU is used by your game instances. So two common options are round robin balancing and select all CPUs with every window. For this video, I'm going to be using the round robin balancing. It's going to select a default for you between these that it thinks is going to be smooth. So if you're not sure, then the default one that it picks for you is probably going to be okay. So go ahead and click Next. On this last page, this is the configuration style page. There's a few different ones, but for EverQuest 2 players, it's either going to be MMO Pro or MMO Standard. If you're new to ISBoxer, you're probably going to leave it as MMO Standard. MMO Pro takes a little bit of extra configuration. So to start with, I'm going to change my broadcasting toggle hotkey to something I like, other than Shift-Alt-R. My keyboard has a special key on it I'm going to use. So I'm selecting my G510 keyboard's MR key. And another common option to set here is the Activate Next Window hotkey. If you want to set up a hotkey just to switch between all your windows, that's where you're going to set that. So down here you've got your broadcasting of 1 through equals. That's your action bar keys in the game. You can have a transparent overlay to put over your action bar that you can either click or use the hotkeys with, or you can remove that if you don't like that, and you can just add those hotkeys to the combat key map, which is then invisible. You can't see it as opposed to the overlay. So I'm going to use the overlay, show you how to use that in the game. The key bindings tab is actually kind of important. You're going to want that because it sets up your follow and assist in the game. So to start out with, the follow target, I'm going to be setting that up in the game once I get in there to Alt 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. And assist target, I'm going to be setting that to F12 once I get into the game. If you're following along, maybe it'll help you to use those or your own hotkeys that you set up in the game. So this table here, you want to set it up so you can probably just go F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, which however big your group is, straight across the empty boxes, because if you selected them in the order you're going to invite them to the group and join the group with, this is how they will be laid out once you're in the game. Because EverQuest 2 in the group window adds each character to the bottom, and then it's F2 to select the second guy, F3 to target the third guy, and F4 to target the fourth guy. So this is going to match up exactly in the game, and just click Finish, and that's all ready. So once we get in the game, we can just use Alt-A to assist or Alt-F to follow whichever guy we're playing. Now I'll show you real quick the key maps, non-combat. Here's our follow hotkey. It's 2 steps, you can see. So what's going to happen is, as soon as you press the hotkey, it's going to do step 1, and then when you release it, it's going to do step 2. So for follow me, it first targets your guy, and then it's going to follow him in step 2. And that's so you don't have to set up custom macro in the game for each of your guys. You would have to set up a macro /follow whoever, and then you would have to make that for each of your guys. And so we don't want to do that in most cases, and so that's why we're using the group targeting hotkeys. So under the combat key map, you can see we used the menu option instead of the invisible key map option during the wizard, so this is empty. If you want to add custom hotkeys to this, use the map key wizard most of the time. And this will help you set up straight key broadcasts, so that's if you want to send Q when you press Q, something like that. A key remap is if you want to press, say, Shift Q and send Q, or a round robin key broadcast will send a particular key to different windows one at a time. And that's if you have an ability, say it stuns a guy, and you don't want to waste everybody's spell at the same time. Assistant broadcast will probably not work with this game because of the two-step process for assisting, and you might not want to use that anyway because it's going to be targeting your guy, and you don't want a chance breaking your target. So that's all we need to look at so far. Under the character sets, I'm going to use this mute background game window audio and unmute foreground window audio option so that we only hear one of the game windows. Then export to interspace. Exported successfully, and now we can launch our team. Let's check it out. Alright, we're back. I've got my EverQuest 2 windows up and ready to go. We've got these green squares here and a message here that explains a little bit about the green squares. This is only going to show up once, the first time you launch your character set, and so make sure you read this in case you need it. Press Control-Shift-Alt-G if you're going to move the menus. That's going to pop up the ISBoxer control panel and let you move some of these things around. We're going to put them in the right spot once we get into the game. So for right now, I'll just move that out of the way. I'll close this and get started logging in. Now, if your password's the same in all your game windows, you can use broadcasting mode to send that to all the windows at the same time. And make sure you turn off key maps so you don't mangle your password when you type it in. Mine's not the same in all windows, so I'll go ahead and fix that on the one. You can log in with broadcasting mode. Click the login button. I can do the same thing at the character screen, as long as the right window has the character selected at the character screen. It'll take a minute to get logged in, so off we go. Okay, we got a little bit of housekeeping to do when we first get the game up. Close this window with broadcasting. Webcam is not functioning. I know that. I'm using it. So here's our action bar hotkeys up here, the menu. And pop open the control panel. Drag that down here. You can see that it does not match exactly, so I'm going to go ahead and sync and save my menu positions. Now back in what this does is when you sync, it puts it in the same spot in every game window, and save will save it so that when we reload the settings or launch the team again, it's going to put it back in the same spot. So put that right where we want it. Click save. Sync, save. Alright, now back in ISBoxer, we're going to fix the size of that menu. Under menus, click on standard, and then the menu size is down here under the standard menu. So the button width and height is a little bit off on our menu, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger to hopefully match better. And export, I hit the hotkey Control E for export. So now you can see that the menu fits a little bit better, pretty much perfect. So I'm going to leave it just like that. And I like to put this right about there, sync it, save the menu positions. Now those are going to come back up in that spot the next time I load the game. They're in the same spot in each window. So next up, we got to set the follow macro. So first we're going to need a new hotbar. That's not working in every window right here, but open new hotbar. Open new hotbar. Open new hotbar. Seriously, open new hotbar. Okay. And I'm going to put my follow macro on there, so it's going to turn out to be Alt-1 like we talked about in the quick setup wizard part. Okay, now in socials, we'll open up the macros page. And we'll set up the first macro. Oh, I got a Java update available. How about that? Okay, macro name /follow, and we'll add a step for the follow command. Looks like it missed in one of the windows. This window's a little bit off as far as position. Okay. So command is going to be /follow. Make sure that's the same in each window. Good. And click OK. I didn't get a name in that window. Follow. Okay. There we go. So now we've got a follow macro. It's the same in all the windows, and we're going to drag it to Alt-1. There we go. Now, the assist is a hotkey in the game. We'll go ahead and make sure that that's set under options. Now, during the quick setup wizard, we set that up for F12. So under controls, this is going to be under command keys. So auto attack assist is F12 in this window, and it's going to be the same in all my windows. Just to show you real quickly, there's assist in this window. So I've already got that set to F12 in all my windows, so I can just close that. That means that my follow and assist keys are going to work, but first we need to get in a group. So spread out my guys a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. There we go. Okay. Now, this is going to be the order that they're going to join. This one, and then this one. That's slot 1 is the one I'm playing, and slot 2, slot 3, and slot 4. Now that's from the table that we set up in the wizard. So if we invite and join in the right order, it's actually the order that you join the party in EverQuest too. So just do it in the right window at a time, and they all join the group, and they're in the order that we put them in the wizard. And now Alt F is the hotkey I set for follow, so if I hit that, then each of my guys runs toward me. And if I change windows, doesn't matter which one I'm in, Alt F sends them to me. So let's go try attacking something real quick, something simple. Now remember, my action bar hotkeys 1 through equals are automatically broadcasting from the menu, the overlay that we put over the action bar. So I can either click on them or press the hotkeys and they will automatically broadcast. So I'm going to pick up the same target with Alt-A. Now all of my guys have picked up the same target, and if I just press 1, they will all start auto-attacking, and we just destroyed that level 1 creature. And we can just go ahead and keep going. And it doesn't matter which button out of these I press, they're all going to use the same number. So if you have similar abilities, maybe 2 on each of your guys is a similar ability, and that makes it more convenient for what you're doing, because they're all going to try to do the same sort of thing at the same time. So if you've got completely different things like area effect and I don't know, a heal, they probably won't go on the same button as far as 1 through equals if you're using this default setup. And it works really well for playing more than one of the same class in that method, but you can very easily set up every different class, especially using the Pro configuration, but we're going to get to that tutorial later on. But for getting started, this is pretty much all you need in order to multi-box EverQuest 2. You got your follow, you got your assist, and so you can go ahead and get into combat, destroy things, loot things, and that's pretty much getting started with the game. So if you have any questions or things don't work out like you think they should, go ahead and come to the ISBoxer chat room, come to the isboxer.com forums, ask whatever questions you have, and lots of actual EverQuest 2 players are there. I'm only level 3 or something like that. I'm not normally playing EverQuest 2, so I don't know everything about this game, but there's lots of EverQuest 2 players that do, and that do use ISBoxer, and that can help you. So come on down, check it out. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.